And I love that you pulled that from Proverbs too, because I think so many people, once they get to the designation of non-believer or of atheist or agnostic or whatever non-religious term it is, so many folks I feel resent Scripture or don't want anything to do with it. But to me, how can you not read Job? How can you not read Proverbs or Ecclesiastes or, be familiar with some of these stories? Like, not only are you missing out on a wealth of some of the greatest, and also most ancient literature, but good luck understanding anything here, right?
Yes.
Good luck
Literature.
understanding. Yeah. How would you, so is that why you find yourself still, reading Scripture or, just admiring certain passages like that Proverbs one?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably got a multi-function in some regard, because it's also to be better at debating, learning things from memory, because it pays off. I actually have short-term memory issues, so for me, I have to learn something to sort of put something in my long-term memory. I have to work a lot harder to do that. So, yeah, I mean, so I have to sort of rehearse things quite a lot,
Sure.
in order to sort of put something in my long-term memory, which is a bit annoying and a setback, but like the other things, I learned to live with it, so it's okay. But yeah, no, I mean, learning the Bible and reading the Quran, for example, recreationally, the Bible is much more enjoyable than the Quran, because I don't need to be told 20 times in 2 pages that Allah is merciful. I'm good, thank you. I think I got the message.
It's the start of every chapter of every surah, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone else is saying that, you would surely assume that they were very insecure if they had to reaffirm that they were merciful, had to reaffirm all of these sort of things. Take note, viewers. Yes, not a direct insult against the Quran. Indirectly criticizing or questioning, just in case any Salman Rushdie event comes up.
There should be a fatwa on James Bergman.
Yeah, you said it, not me. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, like you said, with literature and also sort of key things in everyday life as well. I mean, like you said, anybody saying or claiming that the Bible has no use is sure, in many places the Bible is unhelpful. I mean, where was the practical utility in not only not having slavery in your 10 Commandments, but actually reaffirming that there are rules to own a slave and how to treat one? Because surely that would imply that it's okay to have one, which is the implication that I take away from that. And of course, the argument could be, well, it was a part of the time. And I'd be like, well, it was a part of the time, sure, but why did it have to be reaffirmed and even discussed? Even if it was a part of the time, why didn't God just say, by the way, guys, slavery is not probably a very preferable thing I want you to be doing. Just be aware of that, okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would have helped things. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, the Bible has multifunctional purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But I mean, I also, I try to, I try to put my sort of philosophy next to the theology sort of genre. I try to put them together because you have to have the poison and the antidote together, Yeah.
So what you're saying is religion poisons everything, James? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
That would be my word, as we all know. That would be an adoption.
Yes, yeah. I do agree that the Bible is eminently more readable than the Quran. It is hard to get through much of the Quran. And I mean, if you're familiar with the Bible, then you're just rereading, right? Because there's a large amount of plagiarism that
it's a regurgitation.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
That's how I felt while I was reading it, so
yeah,
I think it's quite
it
appropriate.
Truly is. I don't know what the exact percentage of shared content is, but it's substantial. It's
kind of paganism as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It is. I mean, it's clearly a product of the time. It's a clear borrowing. It's like reading Matthew in the Bible and realizing, I think I've seen this all before. It's like, you have. in Mark, you have seen it all. That's a whole other topic. But